Yeah. All right. Sicko Nation! Listen, man. The fact that you guys are awake right now after watching a game against the New Orleans Pelicans with no Tyrese Maxey, no Joel Embiid, no DeAnthony Melton, no Robert Covington, who else is still out? No Nick Batum wasn't out there. And we were down by 30 points in the first quarter. The fact that you guys are here right now listening to me is absolute sicko behavior. Shout out to the sickos in the chat, man. Sam Mel 100. Nathan, Aussie Sixers fan. We got the Bull RJ said, I'm a prophet. RJ was in the playback stream and he said, they're going to cut it to 10. They're going to get within 10 and we're going to lose. We were down by 30 and this dude said they're going to get to under 10 and they're going to come up short. And that is 100% exactly what happened. Michael Jackson was moonwalking last time we had a championship in the city. So if you don't know, we got a new Sicko Nation membership going on. You guys are going to see little Sicko badges next to some people's names. Those are people that signed up for a membership. We're doing members-only videos and a weekly members-only live stream. Oh, none of the regular content is going to change. We're still going to be right here after every 76ers game, and I'm still going to be posting daily psychotic, maniacal videos about the Sixers. We're just giving extra content to the real sickos. And it's a very small $5 a month. It gives you some extra content. It lets you be a part of a very small community of sickos, and it helps me take this shit to the next level. So thank you to everyone that's become a member already. Consider becoming a member. Also, there's a members-only section of the Discord that I'm setting up right now so that I can chat with all of the members and we can brainstorm together on some video ideas, and I can announce when the members-only live streams are. And the members-only live stream, by the way, is going to be like a group chat. Everybody's going to post up, and we're going to have a straight up like a group discussion, like we're sitting in a barber shop. You know what I mean? I think it'll be dope. So thank you to anyone that becomes a member of Sicko Nation. Now, let's talk about this dumbass game. Wait, I can't talk about it yet. This is brought to you by BetUS.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
BetUS is giving you a 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits when you make an account using a link in my description. Use the code JOIN123. They're giving you a 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,500 and 10% gambler's insurance. They got lots of custom-made parlays and same-game parlays and odds boosts and all kinds of fun stuff over there for you to jump in on the action. So go ahead and do that. Now, the Sixers lose to the New Orleans Pelicans. And it would have been simple if they would have just lost by 30, you know? We're sitting here watching this game. We're totally undermanned. We probably should have just forfeited from the beginning, right? You got Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, all these dudes completely healthy, the fully healthy New Orleans Pelicans against the Sixers. You know, Tobias Harris and the Delaware Bluecoats. I mean, we got Jeff Doughton Jr. out there, NASCAR driver. It's just crazy. And we knew it was going to be bad. All right. And the Pelicans go up by 30 points in the first quarter. Bro, we scored, I think, 15 or 19 points in the first quarter. Dude, it was crazy. We had 5 points for the first 8 minutes of the game. We were on pace to score 60 total points after that first quarter. Kelly Oubre was the only one doing anything in the first quarter. And I want people to know that. when they look at Tobias Harris's final stat line and they say, finally, Tobias led the team, please go back and watch the first half because there's no reason for anyone to rewatch any parts of this game. But if you didn't see it, just go watch the first half highlights, okay? Because the reason the Sixers were down by 30, besides defensively, because the real reason is that Zion Williamson was attacking Mo Bamba, and that's like David versus Goliath. That's like my 8-year-old son trying to defend me on a Fisher-Price hoop, you know? I'm just going to knee him in the face and dunk all over him. But Tobias Harris wasn't doing anything the entire first half, okay? He was absolutely scared of the moment, scared of every defender. It was pathetic, and I don't know how we keep coming in here every game and witnessing him being worse than the game before. I don't understand what he does pregame. I just don't understand. He didn't attack anybody at all the first half. He would get CJ McCollum in an ISO. He would get, whoever, and he was just not even trying to really affect the game at all. Kelly Oubre was trying his heart out. Paul Reed was trying his heart out. All these guys were trying their hearts out in the first quarter, first half. But they, on the defensive side of the ball, they couldn't stop anybody. Okay? Now I'm going to give Tobias Harris his flowers for the second half. Because I don't know what happened at halftime. I don't know what Nick Nurse said to these dudes. And I think that's the main point I want to get across here is that even when the fan base, the crowd, the players themselves, everybody believes the game is over. You're down by 30 in the first quarter. Everybody believes the game is over. Nick Nurse is still locked in. And when you watch him on the sideline, he just stays locked in. And I love that competitive spirit about him. And I think he went into the halftime and he said to them, you know what? Yeah, you're not playing without Tyrese. Yeah, you're not playing without Joel and Batum, and yeah, we're down guys. But you guys are playing like you don't want to be here. You guys are playing like you don't want to be NBA players. You guys are playing like absolute frauds, and it's unacceptable. They come out the second half. Again, it happens all the time with this team because of Nick Nurse. They come out the second half with a totally different attitude, mindset, level of effort, everything. And they start chipping away at a 34-point deficit. They were down 34 points at halftime. They start chipping away at a 34-point deficit. And some of the defensive strategies switched up. You didn't really see Mo Bamba again for the second half, I don't think. Mo Bamba had 18 minutes in the game. Obviously the problem here is that we don't have Joel Embiid. We don't have a starting level center, and Nick Nurse every night has to decide between Mo Bamba and Paul Reed. He has to say, am I going to play the guy that actually plays with energy and stands a chance at least fighting back? And, if you start Paul Reed, he picks up 5 fouls in 5 minutes, especially against Zion Williamson and these guys. That's exactly why Nick Nurse didn't start Paul Reed. He said, I have to go Mo Bamba because Zion and Brandon Ingram will just attack the rim the entire first quarter. Paul Reed will foul out in the first quarter. So he had to go Mo Bamba. And my God, it was terrible. And it was exactly what you could have expected. It was Zion Williamson attacking Mo Bamba at the rim every single possession. And he didn't even come close to slowing him down. And again, it's like David versus Goliath in that situation. It's like me versus an 8-year-old. But there's nothing Nick Nurse could do. He has his hands tied in that situation. He has to start Mo Bamba. Then he says, okay, obviously that's not even close to working. So you don't see Mo Bamba again for the rest of the game, and he finishes the game with 18 minutes played. Paul Reed finishes the game with 27 minutes played. So, you would have loved to have been able to clone Paul Reed and play him all of those times, but this is what you were left with. The second half, I got to give credit to Paul Reed, man. They ramped up the defense. They started just being so aggressive in the paint against the drives on Zion and Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. And they were fighting, and they were blocking shots and they were fighting for rebounds, and they were just fighting their asses off in the second half. And they chipped away. They came all the way back from down 34 at halftime. Had it down to 6 points. Buddy Hield hit a 3 to cut it to 22 in the third quarter. Buddy Hield hits a step back to cut it to 16 in the third quarter. Pelicans make a run, it goes back to 24. The fourth quarter, they really start chipping away. And Cameron Payne is the main reason. Cameron Payne attacking the paint is the main reason they made the comeback that they made. He started Kyle Lowry. I think you have to, again. But I credit Nick Nurse for also seeing what was working, what wasn't working. He saw them chipping away in the second half, and he saw Cameron Payne basically leading the team and being the only player that not only wants to attack, but has the explosiveness left to attack. And so he didn't bring Kyle Lowry back in the game in the fourth quarter. I don't know if Lowry played the beginning of the fourth or what, but I remember most of the fourth in the finishing lineup, Kyle Lowry wasn't out there because he just doesn't have the explosiveness to attack like we needed somebody to attack. Cameron Payne was out there just attacking every time he touched the ball, had some tough finishes, had like an up and under reverse, had some, it's just some real good drives and finishes, and he rode Cameron Payne the rest of the game. Jeff Doughton Jr. was out there for, how many minutes? Because, again, we're down so many point guards. Jeff Doughton Jr. straight out of the G League plays 19 minutes because you just need ball handling creators out there. And once you started to see players like Cameron Payne and Jeff Doughton attack, then good things started to happen, My whole life growing up playing basketball, I remember on the court one time, an old head was like, it starts with you, man. You make something happen, the rest, everything else comes around. And I was always like that as a point guard, If I was playing timid or whatever, like Tobias Harris, nothing good would happen. As soon as I just put my head down and crossed over and tried to get in the lane or whatever, you just try to make something happen. You don't plan ahead. You don't try to decide what you're going to do beforehand. You just attack. And that's what was happening in the fourth quarter. And I saw Tobias back away from CJ McCollum, and anytime he was ISO'd on Zion Williamson, he didn't even want to try. I watched Jeff Doughton Jr. attack the rim against Zion Williamson. I watched somebody straight out of the G League attack Zion Williamson one-on-one and take the ball to the rim. He ended up losing the ball or something like that, but still, straight out of the G League, no fear. Somebody else on this team played with fear for 2.5 quarters. Now, once we were down 30, started to get some shots up. Once the Pelicans took their foot off the gas, he started to score some points, and he finished the game with 21. And he had some clutch buckets down the stretch when we cut it to 6. He had a drive. I was screaming, please just attack one time, Tobias, and he did. He drove in on CJ and finished it. I mean, if he would have played like that the whole game, he would have dropped 40. But he just can't seem to do that. Then we get screwed by the referees. Now, if they don't screw up that call, do we win the game? Probably not. We cut it to 10. Cameron Payne drives baseline, has a beautiful dish to Kelly Oubre, who tries to dunk on Zion Williamson. You credit the effort. You love the fight from Kelly Oubre and his relentlessness and his lack of fear. But just Zion Williamson, man. Just a ridiculous block at the rim on Kelly Oubre. And that's just what you live with when you're playing against Zion, okay? A couple of plays later, we cut the lead to 6. Cameron Payne drives in again to try to cut it to 4. Has a nice move, misses a layup, falls over, and Herb Jones throws the ball off of his head. Herb Jones is standing out of bounds, holding the ball. Sixers down 6. We're trying to cut it to 4. There's like a minute and 30 left. Herb Jones is standing out of bounds, holding the ball, and throws it off of Cameron Payne's head. So the referees missed that in the first place. Then they review the play to see if throwing the ball off of Cameron Payne's head is a flagrant foul or some shit like that. So now they're watching a replay in slow motion. They're seeing that the player is standing out of bounds holding the basketball. and they say Pelicans ball. I'm confused. Because any other time, I've seen them call technical fouls after a challenge because they saw something in the replay that they didn't see before. So you're watching a slow motion replay of a player standing out of bounds holding the basketball, and you can't say he was out of bounds. Sixers ball. I don't get it. And they give the Pelicans the ball, and that was essentially the game right there. Not that if they would have made that call for us, would we have won the game? No, probably not. But at the end of the day, credit Cameron Payne for stepping up and attacking and being the only real ball handling creator on this roster behind, Tyrese Maxey, who's out with the concussion. Kyle Lowry's still a ball handling creator, but just didn't have it this game. The Pelicans have size and athleticism on the defensive side. He really just couldn't even get in the lane and make anything happen. He played 31 minutes and was pretty much a non-factor. He did have 7 assists, but 6 points, 1 for 5. Pretty much a non-factor Kyle Lowry was, and that's what you get with a 38-year-old player. And, I got to ask the question, is Kyle Lowry washed after a couple games? Is it that he had a bunch of time to rest and he signs with the Sixers after being bought out and looks pretty good the first couple of games, and now he's back to looking like a 39-year-old player? Maybe that's where we are. Buddy Hield, he was 2 for 10. And I still don't, a lot of people are saying, what happened to Buddy Hield? Why can't Buddy Hield score? Well, he was so good in the first couple of games. What happened to him? What do you think happened to him? Come on, man. Use your brain. He doesn't have Maxey out there. Buddy Hield feeds off of Tyrese Maxey so well. Tyrese Maxey is such an elite attacker of the rim. He's such an elite just creator with his speed. He makes things happen. He makes the defense collapse, and then Buddy Hield gets to catch wide open threes. And Buddy Hield wide open from 3 is a bucket. Buddy Hield playing a game where Kyle Lowry is struggling to create anything, and Tobias Harris is refusing to create anything, and he just can't really get any space at all. You get 2 for 10. He hit 2 of them. One cut at the 22, one cut at the 16 in the third quarter. But nobody ever said Buddy Hield was a creator or going to lead a team. Buddy Hield's a really good movement 3-point shooter. It's all he's ever been. I don't know if you guys know that. If you think Buddy Hield was going to come here and do something and lead the team in scoring, that's not what he is. He's essentially a JJ Redick with a little bit more game as far as playmaking, but really he's a catch and shoot 3-point shooter. And if the space isn't there, he's not going to be effective. And that's just what it is. And he's a really bad defender also. But I can't hate Buddy Hield for it. If you get Joel Embiid back healthy and Tyrese Maxey back, Buddy Hield's going to be lights out. But Buddy Hield with this roster, probably not going to be very effective. You know what I'm saying? What else I got to say? Let's see. KJ Martin. Let me get the stats on the screen in case you guys want to see the stats. I don't even know why we're looking at this, but we are. Okay. Oh, look, we got it chopped up for some reason. There we go. Stats on the screen. KJ Martin played 17 minutes, 0 points. KJ was looking good for a couple games. He was looking good for a couple games. He looked really good defensively in some of these games. He looked like he was even developing maybe a little bit of an offensive game in some of these games. He looked more comfortable recently in some of these games. And this game, he did not look good. He didn't really affect the game much at all. And he even wide open airballed a 3. Only 45 likes. What's up, man? 190 viewers in here, man. Give me 190 likes. Close out the chat one time and hit the like button. That's how we get the stream numbers up. That's how we get this pushed out to more and more viewers. A, what's up? A, also a member of Sicko Nation, says JJ Redick was a better shooter. I'll argue that. I don't know if the stats back that up. JJ was a great shooter. Buddy's a great shooter. I forgot to shout out Prince Monito. Where'd you go, bro? Something was highlighted. It said you joined Sicko Nation. There it is. Prince Monito, thank you for joining Sicko Nation, man. Thank you for the support. And I hope you enjoy the exclusive content that's on the way. What else do I have to talk about? I don't fucking know, dude. Nothing really. The Pelicans were lights out in the first half. Herb Jones and freaking Najee Marshall just could not miss. Look at this, bro. Herb Jones only hit 1 3. Who was really cooking from 3? Najee Marshall was 4 for 4 from 3. I mean, the guy, he's 7 for 8 from the field. Like, every time he touched the ball, he missed one shot in 18 minutes. 7 for 8. It was annoying. He had 19 points off the bench. You know, every time we made a run, I felt like it was Najee Marshall getting in the lane, getting an and one or something like that. It was annoying. CJ McCollum had a terrible game. Didn't matter. Zion only finished the game with 23. I feel like most of those were in the first half. Pelicans, they really collapsed in the second half. We did a good job of clamping them and making a comeback. But, you know, what could you really do? I guess just more annoying than anything that the Sixers made it a game, because we're sitting there watching it in the playback stream and we're like, just lose by 30. Let us all have a night off. Let us all watch you lose by 30 and just, you know, laugh about it, and maybe we'll just play blackjack on the post-game live show or something. But no, they had to claw their way back. They had to get all the way within 10, like my guy RJ predicted, and fall short, because that's what they do. They won't just lose by 30. They'll slowly, you know, they'll claw their way back, give you some hope, and then they will lose just to aggravate you. ZJ says exclusive content, Ayo, pause. I have no idea what that means. That's such a big reach. It's unbelievable. Yeah, let's get to that's why I don't read the chat, bro. And that's why I like that you guys have member badges next to your name, so I can read the comments from people that actually want to contribute to the show and not say stupid shit like exclusive content, Ayo, pause. What the fuck does that mean? Yo, 21 Average is on the Discord, man. 21 Average, where you at? Oh, I think I got you. Hold up. I got you muted. 21 Average, you in here? Oh, there you are.
Yeah. You got me?
Hold on, I still got you. No, yeah, we're good. I got you. What's up?
Hey, what's good? Couple silver linings, right? We got at most 35 more games of Tobias in a Sixers jersey.
I was gonna say, what's the silver lining? Hey!
That's a plus. I mean, unfortunately, we won't get those crumble cookies, but we won't have to watch this trash no more.
Oh, I hope so. Some people are saying he's gonna re-sign him, dude. I just please no. Just please let it be over. Let it be over.
I sure hope not. And then, listen, I don't know how this game would have played out, but if Kai Jones was out there, it would have been, you know, different. That's all I'm going to say is different. And if he becomes a Sixer, I'm dyeing my hair the same color he got.
Listen, I think it still would have been a loss, but I think it would have been more fun. You know, it's
sure. It's
like a 6'10" Kelly Oubre. You don't know what's going to happen, but you know he's going to try to do some crazy shit.
I mean, listen, if he would have dunked on Zion right there. I mean, that would have happened.
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe Zion still blocks it, but it would have been fun.
It would have been. I don't know. I'm just it's like, you ever get one of those calendars with the chocolate in it before Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah. Eat a piece every day, right?
That's what I got going. That's what I got going right now with the Tobias Harris.
You're eating a piece of chocolate every day, closer to Tobias Harris no longer being a Sixer.
Yeah.
Well, hey man, I feel you.
I appreciate.
Thanks for calling, bro.
Keep it up. You know, I'll be here every game I can make it.
All right, bro. I appreciate you. That's the silver lining, everybody. 35 games, 21 averages counted down for us. 35 games left of Tobias Harris's Sixers tenure. That's the silver lining. And anybody that really watched this game and didn't just see his 21-point stat line, you watched him again countless times back down from a challenge. He just does not want the challenge. It looks like he's just given up pretty much for most of it. And then the second half, he comes out and starts attacking and starts trying. And I think it's because Nick Nurse said, "What the fuck are you doing?" at halftime. And if he would have been that aggressive the whole game, he probably would have affected the outcome. But it was too little, too late. My man Hunter, we got Hunter on the Discord. Yo, Hunter. Hunter, unmute your mic, man. You're in the Discord. You're on the line. Hunter going once. Hunter going twice. Hunter's got a muted microphone. We got my guy Jarrett Newsom. Jarrett Newsom on the line. Yo, Jarrett. Yo, Jarrett.
Yo, what's up?
What's going on, Jarrett?
What's happening with you, man? What's happening, bro?
Same old, same old.
Hey,
The Sixers made me buy back in, and they lost anyway, man. Same old.
Hey, man, we all, I don't drink no more, but I'm telling you, we all crying in our beer right now. Man,
Yeah,
but it's like I say, you got the profound name called Sickos, man. And I definitely don't want to have a sicko phone call like I had last time.
What was it?
But, like you said, there is a silver lining.
Yeah.
Yeah, the silver lining is very simple, man. The silver lining is we get arrested Joel Embiid. We get my man Buddy back. We get all these players back that we have for our bench players, man. We're going to be cool. I'm telling you.
This season.
Book it, baby. This season, baby. Book it. I'm a Sixer fan, man. I got to ride or die with them, and I don't believe in, band riding stuff. I'm riding and dying with the Sixers, man. I've been doing it too long.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's the thing that's still hanging out there. It's like as bad as they look right now, they still could get Joel Embiid back and everything could change. That's true. And people don't want to believe that, but that's true. That could still happen.
They better understand something. For you to be optimistic, man, come on. They better understand that, hey, man, you're not that optimistic type when it comes to the Sixers.
Oh, I'm not.
Speaking of optimism, let's go on. I hate to say this, but Simmons going out for the season, but anyway, let's go back to our Sixers. And I'm telling you,
Get him out of here.
These Sixers.
Get him out of here. I would never celebrate a player's injury. I like it. I hope he never plays basketball again. I don't care. I don't think he's injured.
Kind of an insult to the game.
I don't think he's injured.
This,
I think the Nets accepted the fact that he offers nothing and they owe him the money anyway. And they were like, "Listen, we'll just say you have a back impingement and you're just done."
It sounds like the story, bro. It sounds just like the story.
Anyway, what you got?
I'm telling you, man, right now, it seems to me they're like, "Hey, man, let's just cut our losses, get this negativeness off the bench.
Yeah,
let's go on and get him out of here." But I'm looking at my Sixers, man. Everybody come back rested. Hey, we got a shot.
Let's go.
You put it on me the last time we talked.
Real
She's
sicko
like, come on,
shit.
Man. For real, dog. You put it in my mind, man. Hey, we got a shot if everybody comes back healthy.
Jarrett, you're on my Instagram and the clip is on Instagram. You know that?
Is it?
Yeah, I clipped it out. I made a little TikTok with it, and it has 10,000 views right now. You're an Instagram celebrity. You're on my Instagram page because you said he's been injured his whole career.
Bro, I'm only a celebrity because of you. But the thing is simply this, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not gonna risk their future in Joel Embiid.
No.
So with that being the case, they're not gonna bring him back unless he's healthy.
Right.
And it's just like I said, maybe he has to play the last 25 games in order for us to get a championship.
Maybe he does, man. It's still out there. Hey, Jarrett, listen, bringing us some positivity after a 30-point deficit loss. Ended up being an 8-point loss, but it was a blowout from the beginning. Yo, thanks, Jarrett. I appreciate you, man.
Gotta do it, bro. Gotta do it, man. Take care, bro.
All right, Jarrett, have a good one. Jarrett Newsom, everybody, man. He's been calling the show for years, dude. I love that guy, man. Always entertaining. Always has a nice take for us. We got Jones, NZ, and Rockzilla in the Discord. We're going to get to you. Jones is in here. Yo, Jones. NZ and Rob. Yo, Jones, what's up?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Man, all I gotta say is like we came back from 30 points just to lose. Like this always plays with your emotions, man. I just don't get it.
Yo, RJ was in the playback stream. He literally said, he's like, we're going to come within 10 points and we're going to lose anyway. And I was like, you're being negative. And he nailed it, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't even like bother getting my hopes up, bro. To be honest. I
fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker, man. I was on the edge of my seat screaming all kinds of dumb shit.
Yeah, man. Same here. And then also, too, why was Buddy benched late down the stretch? Like, I get he's a bad defender, but like we could have really used his shooting, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the battle that Nick Nurse has, where he's like, we made that comeback because we were playing great defense most of the second half. We were finally slowing down Zion and everybody. And, you know, the third quarter, Buddy hit a couple threes. He hit one to cut it to 22. He hit one to cut it to 16. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was just like that. You know, if I put him in there, they're gonna attack him, and I don't know. I guess that's the decision he went with. But it's a tough decision, I think, either way in a game like that.
Yeah. Also, too, Joel Embiid was on the sidelines too.
Joel was on the sidelines.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your opinion? What's your opinion on Joel Embiid coming back?
I mean, I see people saying set him out like for the rest of the season, but like I say, if he's healthy, come back. You know, why not?
He's gonna play.
If he's healthy enough to play, come back.
Yeah, if he's healthy enough to play, he's gonna come back because it's gonna be. They already said it's gonna be up to him. You know, if his knee hurts and he feels like he has a lot of pain trying to move and stuff, then he's not gonna play. But if he doesn't have pain and he feels like he can play, he's gonna play. And
also,
if
too, they said that. Like, yeah.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
Yeah, nah. I was trying to say they said that in 4 weeks they finna give us a update. But like there's sort of no update. Like every single injury, like this guy occurs, they have to be so like vague.
Oh yeah, always.
Every single injury. I just don't get it.
This team is the most. They're the most vague with injuries ever, and I know what it is. It's that. You know, I don't know about this Joel Embiid one, but everyone in before this with Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz and everything, they were the owners were selling hope to this fan base, and they had just drafted these guys number 1 overall, and they couldn't just they kept doing this. Markelle Fultz was flown out to a shoulder specialist in fucking Vegas and some other shit, and like he's gonna come back, and we were like watching like clips of him in the background at practice shooting free throws. Like that was some real sicko shit. We were like, look, there's Fultz way in the back of the gym. I think that's him shooting the free throw. Like, that's insane that we were doing that to ourselves. But yeah, they wanted us to stay balled in, and maybe that's what they're doing right now. Maybe they're just trying to get us to stay balled in, but it is what it is, man. They keep getting us, and they're just going to continue to get us.
Like Kat had the same injury.
Yeah.
Remember what was said? He's going to be out for 1 month and then come back. Playoffs, they were like very clear about the injury, but like them, they want to just keep on like just being like just sneaky about it.
No, that's a great point, man. Yeah, that's a great point. Kat just was diagnosed with a torn meniscus yesterday, and right away, that was what I was so mad about with when the Joel Embiid thing first happened. I was like, dude, what did the MRI say? Fucking tell us what it said. Kat has the injury a couple hours later. They're like, he's having surgery. He'll be back in 4 weeks. They just can't do that for us.
They were literally specific, but like they can't be that though.
Yeah,
I bet you I bet you Joel is is probably tired of it too. Like he's like, bro, every injury I get, they have to just like lie and just be sneaky about it. Like what? Like, come on, dog.
Yeah. Yo, Jones, man. Hey, thanks for calling. I appreciate you every time, brother.
All right, man. Thanks, man.
Shout out to Jones, man. We are just building a group of amazing callers. And I love that you guys call every show and just contribute to the show, man, because as much as people tune in to hear me rant and rave, I get sick of hearing my own self, and I just run out of shit to say. I'm not going to lie to you, especially when we're in the dog days of the season like we're in right now. Yo, Daycon, a.k.a. Schoolboy Beats, thanks for the super chat, man. We've been cursed since we took Sean Bradley over Penny and Hughes over Pierce. Woo! What was that, bro? 97? For those who don't know, the 76ers drafted Allen Iverson number 1 overall in 1996. They then had the number 2 overall pick in 1997, and they took Keith Van Horn over the likes of Tracy McGrady and a lot of others in that 97 draft. I think Dirk Nowitzki was in there. Yeah, we've been fucking up for a long time, dude. And then they drafted Larry Hughes, and they tried to sell to the organization that he's like a future star, and they were calling him and Iverson the Flight Brothers. Larry Hughes, give me a damn break. Yo, NZ, my bad, bro. I got you. NZ's yelling at me in the chat. NZ's on the line, man. My bad.
What's up, Beastwood? How you doing, man?
What's up, bro? How's it going?
I'm doing good. Sixers obviously getting blown out as usual. But I'm going to repeat the pattern of the last callers and being actually a little positive for once.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're in the 7th seed. We're in the play-in now. That's probably where we're going to stay. Best case scenario. I actually want to keep it that way in the 7th seed, man, because I don't want to play the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. I want to see Glenn Rivers.
You want to stay in the 7th seed?
Well, I mean, if we can get a higher seed, that'd be cool. But just thinking realistically, given Embiid's timeline of coming back and, with everything going on, Maxey and stuff in this current roster, and especially with all the competition we're going to be playing now, because we're playing the Knicks twice. We're still playing the Bucks. We're done playing the Celtics, but we're still going to be playing some really good teams up ahead.
Dude, we're not. Yeah, the Sixers are. Dude, staying in the 7th seed is going to be really difficult, even with Tyrese Maxey.
I mean, yeah, it will. I mean, yeah, it definitely will. But I mean, everything I'm hoping for is this blind optimism that Maxey's going to come back and that we could at least stay afloat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I really want to play the Bucks in the first round. We haven't played them in the playoffs yet. We've always been playing either the Celtics or the Heat. I think it'd be really interesting to see the Bucks, man.
Yeah.
I want to see Doc Rivers get out coached by Nick Nurse.
So the way
top 15 coach of all time. Because the thing is, I'm not really that scared of the Bucks, man.
Hell no, I'm not either. No, I'm not either.
Yeah, no, the thing about the Bucks, like when they won the championship in 2021, and this sort of goes for all championship teams, you need to be good on both offense and defense because in the playoffs, things are going to get rough.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not going to be shooting well every night, and you need that sort of defense to keep yourself in those games. So when the Bucks had guys like Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo on their perimeter, that only bolstered their defense when they had Giannis and Brook Lopez down in the front court. But now they got like Damian Lillard and stuff, and they're getting cooked.
Yep, absolutely, dude. And even I remember watching that championship series, and the first couple games of the series, Giannis was getting stonewalled, and then they started running the game through Drew Holiday and running the pick and roll at the top of the key and letting him feed Giannis under the basket. Really, Drew Holiday had so much to do with that championship that people don't, I think, realize. And then front office chose, superstar name over Drew Holiday, and this is what you have. But yeah, his defense as a point guard, and when Budenholzer started, running him from the top of the key and not just having Giannis try to, football his way, halfback dive his way to the rim. That's how they won that championship, I really think. And now they're back to, Dame's out here chucking shots, but really they don't have a real creator up top like Drew Holiday. So yeah, I think they made a mistake trading him.
100%, dog. I mean, I think the Bucks, that defense really did save them plenty of times throughout their playoff run. And I am, to be honest, man, I do have confidence in how the Sixers roster is constructed towards Embiid and Max. I know how much, we like to poke fun at Daryl Morey for some of the weird decisions he makes, like not trading Tobias at the deadline, having a weird affair with him. But I think, first things first, I think we actually have some pretty capable backup ball handlers in Kyle Lowry and Cameron Payne. I think they're definitely miles better than Patrick Beverley. honestly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's always funny when Philly overreacts to things like that because they love the guys. He's a great leader or locker room guy or whatever. Like, yeah, we like his energy, but we need better basketball players at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's about the 5 guys that are on the court, and we need people that can like make plays and put the ball in the hoop and like, cool, his energy's fun, but like, let's be serious. You know what I mean? Cameron Payne's he's just better. That was a good trade.
He straight up just is better shooter, better better going to the rim, pretty much everything. I mean, Pat Bev, obviously, yeah, I guess you could say he's a better defender, but campaign, I think he's not really a negative. He's just sort of average. Right. But I mean, yeah, thing about Doc Rivers, I think Nick Nurse is definitely going to outcoach him. The thing about Glenn is that you need to give him all the talent. You know what I mean? Yep. He needs to have those superstars. And of course, obviously, to win the playoffs, you need that. But it's all about sort of getting the most of what you're given and motivating the guys. And I know how people are upset about how we've been playing recently. And I mean, I feel that too, because you never want to see your team lose like this, especially when we've been having such an awesome season so far. And all of that just to be sort of stripped away and to be in sort of a black hole right now. Is definitely frustrating, but I can't say that they're losing these games just because they're not putting in the amount of effort. And I think that's something that the coach needs to do, is that they really need to prioritize motivating their guys to put maximum amount of effort, because that's what is necessary to win the playoffs.
Yeah. And, it all starts with apparently the leader in the locker room, Tobias Harris. He comes out the first half of this game and looks like he literally does not want to be there. And he's supposed to be this, you can't get rid of him because he's the leader in the locker room. Some bullshit like that. Like, get this guy, just fucking get this guy, please, man. Just enough. Get him out of here. But yeah. So to end up in the 7th seed and that would be that'd be awesome. To knock Doc Rivers out in the first round would be the best thing that could ever come out of this season. You'd have to they're in the 7th seed right now. 7th or 8th seed play-in tournament, right? The 7th seed plays the 8th seed. The winner is the 7th seed. The loser plays winner of 9th and 10th, right? So I
think so, yeah.
Yeah, so if you land in the 7th or 8th seed at the end of the season and you win that first play-in game, you are the 7th seed facing, right now, at least the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. I would love that too.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for also providing me with the Tobias Harris transition, because I was just about to talk about him, man. In 2K, on the top right of the screen, it sort of shows, it kind of like grades all the players by a letter and all their categories.
Teammate grade.
Tobias Harris, dog, he's a C. He's literally a C in everything. It's like C or B minus. He's not necessarily a specialist. And the thing about that is, given how his lack of aggressiveness on rebounding and going to the rim and stuff, we wouldn't be complaining about Tobias Harris if, one, he just was aggressive and he actually boxed out, and 2, if he wasn't getting paid that much money. Because if he wasn't getting paid that much money, then we have more guys on the roster who'd be actually using their unique skill sets to hide those weaknesses. Because there are plenty of rhythm scorers throughout the NBA. You think of Karis LeVert, Bojan Bogdanovic, Jordan Clarkson, Terry Rozier. When they're hot, they're hot. But you need guys around them who are going to, sort of hide their deficiencies. Yeah. And I think despite, even with Tobias's albatross of a contract, man, I think we could still compete. I really believe in the fit with too. Buddy Hield, Tyrese Maxey, even like Nicholas Batum, who obviously can't really do anything without Embiid. I think, I think he's a smart NBA player who can definitely work that high-low and get some things going when you need a certain change of pace. But I just absolutely can't stand Tobias.
But that's what I say too. When the Celtics fans are coming at me with this, like, oh, you really think you can beat the Celtics? You guys are in the play-in tournament. I'm like, yeah, we're injured. Do I really have to explain this to you guys? I'm talking about if we get Joel Embiid back and everyone's healthy. I know that seems like a pipe dream, but it's realistic. And I've been battling these people. I shouldn't even respond to them, but it's fun for me sometimes when I got a couple extra minutes. I would love nothing more than to get Joel Embiid healthy and just Game 7 against the Celtics, and I would just love it so much. It would be the highlight of maybe my entire life.
That on top of beating the Bucks in the first round, that would truly be a dream come true. But that doesn't really happen here.
That's true.
But I mean, just to see Glenn Rivers losing to the Sixers, the guy who thinks he's on the level of Greg Popovich, even though a raccoon that got ran over by a bus can coach that 2008 Celtics team to a championship, would definitely get his ass handed to him by Nick Nurse.
Absolutely. Yo, NZ, man, great call. Thanks for calling in, bro.
Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me on. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. NZ for 3. Manifesting. I just punched something. Manifesting the 76ers getting Joel Embiid back, getting Tyrese Maxey back, getting the gang back together. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. That's what they better play when this happens. The DJ Ghost, if you're listening, you're not listening, but this is what you need to play when this happens. You need to play the boys are back in town. Every game, all game. Manifest it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get too low on what's happening right now. That's what I love about what he said on that call. Don't get too low on what's happening right now because obviously we're playing without everybody. So, yeah, it feels like the process era Sixers, but this is not our real team. And Joel's coming back. Yo, Rackzilla, you still there, man? Rackzilla's been holding on for a minute. Rackzilla23 in the Discord.
Hello.
What's going on, man? Thanks for waiting.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, what's up?
That was the craziest first half, and by crazy I mean most pathetic that I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And aside from Buddy Hield that should have been on concussion protocol for this game, Tobias Harris was the worst nonsense player out there.
Whole first half, dude. Not effective whatsoever. It was crazy.
I'm taking screenshots of the box score and texting my buddy in Hawaii, like, yo, what is going on right now? Here's another Tobias Harris fall off the earth game.
Right.
That's 3 in a row now.
Right. And people are going to look at the box score, but yeah, they were down 30 and then he started being aggressive. Like, could you help us out in the midst of getting beat up in the first half? No.
No, he didn't hit a single 3 or maybe one at the end.
Nope, he was 0 for 5.
It looked like somebody bet Buddy Hield not to take a single look at the ball the entire first half. Every time it touched his hand, it was a bobble. Whether it was him getting the outlet pass, whether it was him for a catch and shoot 3, he just never actually looked at the basketball, it seemed, in the first half. It was crazy.
It was crazy how we made the Pelicans look like they have the world's best defense ever. Like, we scored 15 points in the first quarter. Maybe we got it up around 20, but I remember like a minute left, we had 15 points in the first quarter, and I'm like, dude, we really can't even score. Like, we couldn't put the ball in hoop at all the first quarter. It was crazy.
No, I heard Kate Scott a couple times say, Sixers lucky not to turn the ball over that time. Oh, turnover by Dalton Jr.
Yeah, and then she let us know that was the lowest scoring half of the Sixers season. Like, no, really? 34 points? No shit, Kate. Thanks for that.
You said on pace to score 60 points for the game. We almost had under 30 in the first half.
34 first half points, man. That's insane. That's wild. And really, that's the thing. We came back and fought. If we would have played 5% better in the first half, we might have won the damn game.
Yeah, I mean, they're making phantom calls on Paul Reed. He does get a terrible whistle. I think it's time for him to start getting some respect as far as his defensive abilities. I know he fouls, but he has a lot of blocks that get called as fouls.
Yeah, they were getting a lot of calls too. Like, come on, refs, we're undermanned. We're facing a healthy team. We're down by 34 points, and you're still giving them these touch fouls. Or no touch fouls, ghost calls. Yeah, what can you do, man?
I don't know how Nick Nurse doesn't get asked about that last out of bounds. I watched the post game at the podium, wait for him to mention the out of bounds at the end. He didn't say a word about it. No one asked him about it. Like, how can you reverse calls? It seems like every time there's a chance for any type of review, last 2 minutes or out of a challenge, we're on the losing end.
Oh yeah. We lose, dude. We gotta lead the league in lost challenges.
I was at the Milwaukee game last year when Milwaukee played the Sixers, and it was like nail biter at the end, and there was some type of out of bounds that happened, and somehow it turned into a jump ball when it was obvious Sixers ball, but it turned into a jump ball that we lost, and that was game over.
Yep.
It's like every time it seems.
I remember there was a Steph Curry push-off for 3 that they challenged. It was a clear push-off, and they literally ruled that he there was contact, but it was marginal. So they said, yeah, he pushed off, but he didn't push off hard enough for us to call it an offensive foul. It was like it just doesn't. They just make shit up. They just make shit up against us, man. That's what they do.
That's
Yo,
how it
Raxzilla,
goes.
you got anything else for me, man?
The way it's going, we didn't convert Ricky Council's two-way, so it looks like between that and these other decisions by Morey, I think we're just going to let Maxey go. I think that's his plan. Let Maxey go, don't extend him, and just rebuild.
What?
That's what Morey's doing. It seems that's obviously not the smart decision, but what's going on here?
Wait, you actually think Daryl Morey's going to let Maxey walk in free agency?
I really hope not, but he seems to be making one terrible decision and no decisions.
Well,
He didn't trade Tobias.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
didn't extend Maxey.
Yeah,
He didn't convert Ricky Council's two-way.
Yeah, well, I think that they don't. I think that they don't think Ricky Council is very valuable because he's still raw and he brings a lot of physicality and athleticism to the team, and I love the dude. But like when it comes to stretching the floor, it's not good, and he makes a lot of mistakes when he gets the ball in his hands. He's out of control. You know what I mean? He's a very physical, athletic player, but he needs to learn to control his game a little more. I don't know. I just feel like they think that he's not what they desperately need right now, and they're going to try to fill those roles with other guys like Jeff Doughton Jr. is doing a good job in it with his two-way contract right now. But there's a lot of head scratchers from Daryl Morey. But I think the main thing last year was the James Harden thing. He was begging him to come back the whole summer, so Daryl didn't do anything the whole summer because he thought he was going to get James back for some reason. Then he had to panic trade at the last second. They didn't extend Maxey because they wanted the freedom of the cap space this last offseason, and Maxey agreed to that. They're giving Tyrese Maxey a max contract, 100% guaranteed. Daryl Morey drafted him. Daryl Morey refused to trade him for Damian Lillard the first time. He refused to trade him for James Harden the first time. He refused to include him in the Ben Simmons trade. He absolutely loves Tyrese Maxey, and he knows that Tyrese Maxey's the future of this team. There's absolutely no way he's letting him walk in free agency. They're giving him a max contract.
Hopefully he doesn't have some type of neurological disorder after this concussion here.
No, I think he's all right, man. Look, there's a lot to slander Daryl Morey about. Don't get me wrong. I'm on the verge every day of thinking the guy has no idea what he's doing, but I definitely think they're giving Maxey an extension. Yo, thanks for calling, man. I appreciate you, Raxzilla. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to believe that Daryl's going to do that. That would be insane. He's done a lot of questionable things, but come on. You would, if you got really crazy and you decided that the Sixers were going to blow it up and rebuild, they would at least sign and trade Tyrese Maxey. You would never, nobody, not even Daryl Morey, would sit back and let Tyrese Maxey walk out the door. Stephen Griffin, thanks for the super chat. Damn, so Michael Jackson really created Thriller, transformed into another... Jesus, man, what the hell? Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, the Sixers haven't won a ring for a long time. Yes, that is true. Yeah. Hunter, are you still in there, Hunter? Are you still hanging out waiting to call, man? Your mic is still muted. Oh, Hunter's here, man.
DJ.
Hunter, what's going on?
Yo, okay, so I don't know if I can curse, but I want to start off by saying F Mobamba, F Buddy Hield, F AJ, and like a half F to Tobias Harris.
Hey, Buddy Hield. I mean, not Buddy Hield. Paul Reed. Did you say Paul Reed in there?
Oh no, Paul Reed.
Okay.
He's been good recently. I think the Buddy Hield hate, like everyone's so like attached to how bad Tobias has been that they're not like focusing on like how bad Buddy Hield has been these past few games. Like,
Yeah,
it's been horrific.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Buddy Hield is a specific type of player who's being paid $19 million for a reason. He's on a contract that makes sense for what his skill set is, and you don't... Here's the thing. Nobody in their right mind in the universe of the NBA expects Buddy Hield to lead a team anywhere. Nobody's ever said that. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that Buddy Hield is just a really good catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. That's the difference between why we get on Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is a max contract player who you're expecting to step up in the absence of Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, and he consistently plays the game scared. Those are two different expectations is what I'm saying. That's why people don't get on Buddy Hield, because it's like, who really expected Buddy Hield to it'd be nice if Buddy Hield would go off for a 35-point game, but that's not what he does. He's not that kind of player. He's not... If you have to give the ball to Buddy Hield and say, hey, go try to win us a game, then you are down bad as far as your roster is concerned, because he's just not that type of player. That's my take on that. When Joel Embiid comes back and Tyrese Maxey, he's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, I think me and some other people just got their hopes up after the first few games. But I have this question for you. So right now, I guess because of foul trouble, we start Mo Bamba over Paul Reed. So if we did sign Ty Jones, would he start for this team?
I think I love the idea of Kai Jones because he's just an athletic freak. I mean, people don't talk enough about how rare his size and speed and jumping ability and stuff is. Like, you don't see a 6'10" center running and jumping and like he does. He has a lot of hoops to jump through. Getting approved to come back into the NBA and all those types of things, and then having the Sixers actually sign him after a workout, and then, have the coach want to give him minutes. Nick Nurse would have to decide, is this going to benefit our team? Is this going to do anything more than we're doing right now? There's a lot of things that would have to happen for him to get significant minutes on the team, but if he passes everything and they say, look, the dude had some problems, he seems like he's good to go now, we're going to take a chance on him, and he comes out here and, posters somebody from the foul line, I guess there's a reason to play him over Mo Bamba. He's definitely a million times more athletic and faster, even defensively. That's Mo Bamba's main problem, is that he can't guard anybody. Kai Jones, I don't know if he's a good body-to-body defender, but he's reactionary and he's super athletic, and he can turn and block shots like a billion times more effectively than Mo Bamba. So I don't know if he would start, but I don't think you'd have to do much for him to get Mo Bamba's minutes.
Yeah, I think we would still have some rebounding issues with him, and also the big beefy centers would also body him. But so if Tyrese Maxey comes back this weekend versus the Knicks, do you think what do you think our record will be versus the Knicks, Bucks, and Hornets? Do you think we can win 2 there, or is it just the Hornets game?
No, I just talked about it today on a video, but we'll do it again, just because I want to do it again, and I'm happy that you asked that. For those that didn't hear my opinion on that, let me see if I can. I gotta find the Sixers and go to their schedule. Okay, here we go. Sixers schedule. Here's my opinion on this for those that haven't heard it. The Sixers schedule right here, even with Tyrese Maxey back: Knicks, Bucks, Hornets, Miami, Phoenix, Lakers, Clippers, Kings, Clippers, Cavaliers, Raptors, Oklahoma City Thunder, Miami, Memphis, San Antonio, Detroit, Orlando, Brooklyn. I'm calling 5 out of 20. I'm calling 5 and 15 in the last 20 games, even with Tyrese Maxey, because Tyrese dropped 51 against the Jazz and we still squeaked out a win. We can't stop anybody in the paint. That's the main issue. Tyrese can drop 50. We're going to give up 130, and it's not going to be good. There's nothing this team can do really to survive this stretch of games. I would be shocked if they are not the 8th seed going into the play-in tournament.
Yeah. I mean, you also have to equate for whenever Joel gets back. I don't know when he'll get back, but if he does, we should win most of those games.
Well, that's true. They say they want him back by the end of March, and with enough time to get him ramped up for the playoffs. So if he comes back the 24th Sunday, Clippers, Kings, Clippers, but then he's going to be rusty. You know how Joel Embiid looks when he hasn't played for a while. Not good. with like turnovers and things like that. I mean, it's just a lot to believe that Joel's going to come back and be in MVP form right when he gets back to help us win a bunch of these games. I would love to believe it, and if it happens, he's the GOAT. But I mean, I got 5 and 15 the last 20 games, and if they get Joel Embiid back and you use these games to ramp him up on a minutes restriction and get him back in basketball shape, you're still going to lose all of these games. But the goal is, I guess, to have him 100% ready to go, not on a minutes restriction, when the play-in tournament starts. And if that happens, they can still beat anybody. That's the crazy part about this season.
Yeah, and like our last 5 games, they're like really easy. So if we're still like only 2 games behind the 7 or 6 seed, I mean, it can still be possible.
Yeah, they should be. Run. Memphis, San Antonio, Detroit. I mean, Orlando's in the 4th seed right now. Orlando's been hot. I think we might need to change our mind about what we think about Orlando. Yeah, but there's still hope. It's still there. It's tiny, but it's still there.
And then the last thing, so you mentioned before, like playing the Bucks in the playoffs, like. Yeah, that would be like the happiest thing I've ever been as a Sixers fan if we beat Doc. But also, if we clown on him for years, fire him, celebrate, and then like this process comes to an end by losing to Doc, that might be the most depressed time I've ever been as a Sixers fan.
Yeah, bro, that would be wild to get there and face Doc Rivers and lose to him in the playoffs. That would be wild, man. But hey, we're only a short couple of weeks away from finding out what's about to happen. So, thanks for calling the show, man. I appreciate you, Hunter.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, wow. Call back again sometime, man. Thank you. Shout out to Hunter. That would suck, wouldn't it? You get all the way back, you get Joel Embiid back, you have all this hope again, and you lose to stupid Doc Rivers in the first round or whatever. That would suck. DJ Frisk Beats is on the line, man. DJ Frisk Beats.
Yo, I hope I'm on, right?
What's going on, man? Yeah, you're on.
All right, yeah, my first time doing it, so I'm old and it's my first time, so
it's all good, bro. Thanks for calling.
This kid's
yeah, Discord's legit, man. It's really
did
easy.
It, man.
Go ahead, bro. I cut you off.
Sorry,
I'm
what's
sorry.
that?
No, I cut you off. I'm sorry. There's a little bit of a delay, but go ahead, man.
All right, we almost did it, man. When I was saying, all we need is a 16-0 run, and we are right back in this thing. I didn't think there was any chance in the world that was going to happen, but then all of a sudden, a 17-2 run.
I forgot I remember you saying that live in the chat, and I was like, yeah, okay, a 16-0 run. Are you kidding me? And then they actually go on a 16-2 run. That's crazy.
I thought they were going to get 60. I thought they was getting 65 points total, so ain't no way I thought a 16-0 run was coming. But hey, at least they fought for it. There's no moral victory thing, but what I'm saying, at least they tried it. Gave the people in attendance something besides a free T-shirt. So all right.
Right, man. But they fought back. They fought back in the second half, and that's what I like about Nick Nurse. He never accepts a loss. He doesn't accept a lack of effort. And he went in halftime and said, "Yo, yeah, you guys are playing without guys, but you look like you don't want to be here." And he got more out of the team in the second half. So
most definitely, the first quarter they're down by 30, or if the fourth quarter and they're down by 6, Nick Nurse is standing there yelling, directing, coaching, and all. He's the same way the entire game.
Yeah,
he's like just about the only one that believes in 48 minutes,
Yeah.
So I wish to actually.
I think he was the only one that believed.
Had the same passion.
I think he was the only one that believed. I think him and maybe Kelly Oubre, because Kelly Oubre thinks he can score and win every game. I think him and Kelly Oubre were the only ones in the building that believed that they could come back.
What's something that I truly hate is when people say it's not my money. I don't care. It's not your money. Why do you care? Because Tobias Harris, I think, is the example of why you should care, even though it's not necessarily your money that's getting spent. Because his money being tied up with him prevents you from getting anybody else this year.
Yeah.
And at the same time, his money, nobody wants to take him because of his money.
Yeah.
It affects your team. It affects the free agents. It affects how things are operated in there. You're shut down because of Tobias Harris.
Yeah,
People
that's
always
just
saying it's not my money.
Yeah, that's just anybody that doesn't understand why the money matters doesn't know anything about sports. They're just like borderline retarded. You know what I mean? They really are. I get the comments once in a while. They'll be like, "Yo, stop pocket watching that man." And I'm like, you act like I'm walking up to a random dude asking him how much his job pays him. That's what pocket watching is, dummies. We're talking about a salary cap. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, if I'm like,
Right.
bro, I'm like, to those people, I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and explain to you what a salary cap is. If you don't understand why it matters that he's getting paid that much money, then I can't help you. You know what I mean? Yeah, we haven't had flexibility for 5 years because of that contract. You know, you can't get the Malcolm Brogdons and the Derek Whites and the Drew Holidays and these guys because Tobias Harris is out here taking up a third of the salary cap, man.
Unbelievable. So many games he will give you 6 and 8 points. And instead of that, you could have had just name whoever you like. You could have had that person instead of his 8 points per game. But
Which is wild that Daryl Morey refused to trade him all these times because like it's not about getting value back. It's about getting rid of this damn contract. But he didn't.
you know, the last thing I got is it's halfway. I don't know if it's negative or downside. Do you want me to save that for another time? I don't know if you're trying
No,
to
go
keep
ahead.
the spirits up.
Go ahead, man.
All right. My goodness, I hope I'm wrong, but it really feels like the Sixers are gonna drag this out to the end of the year, and if they have a bad record, they're gonna say Embiid's ready. It's just no point of bringing him back. Or if they do have a good record, they're gonna say, "Oh man, we wanted him, but he had another setback. We didn't expect that. Now he got a broken toe or something." And it's just something else is gonna come up.
Dude,
If they have a good record, I think they're gonna say it's a setback.
that could be. It could be that they're just selling hope. That's what I said when he first got hurt. And then I started to believe it. So they probably hooked me. They probably got me. We'll see, man. But yo, thanks for calling the show, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Thanks. DJ Frisk Beats. Last one here. Last one we got user123 in the Discord. User123. Yo, user123, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, man? What's up?
Hey, what do you think about trading for Bruce Brown in the offseason?
Trading for Bruce Brown in the offseason. I mean, I like Bruce Brown, man. He's a bucket off the bench. He's like a microwave scorer type of player. I thought, he was a good trade target even at the deadline. Yeah, I mean, Bruce Brown's a player that's not going to hurt your team. He can only, he can he can give you 20 off the bench or something. Sure, why not?
Would you bring Kelly Oubre back or no?
Yes, 100%. 100% bring Kelly Oubre back, man. I love his attitude. I love the fight that's in that guy, man. He never, ever, ever backs down from a challenge. And that's the thing that these Sixers players have lacked for so long. We get all these soft players that they want everything to be perfect. They want the play to be perfect. They want to be put in the right spots. They want this, they want that. Kelly Oubre is like, give me the ball, and I'm going to fight fire with fire. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but he's going to try. I just love that dude, man. Yeah, more Kelly Oubre's on the team. Not too many of them, because too many of them isn't good, but, yeah. Re-sign Kelly Oubre, for sure.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to ask. Thank you.
All right, bro. Hey, thanks for joining the Discord, man. And you can click on your settings and give yourself a custom name if you want. You don't have to be user123. But thanks for joining, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah! Community! Sixers Sickos sitting up on a Friday night talking about this stupid team. And yeah, listen, I'm done. I've been up here for a long time. I love you guys. Thanks for contributing. Thanks for keeping the show going. That's why we do the call-ins, because you guys got takes too, man. And we're consistently getting really good calls, man. And I appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining the Discord. Thanks for becoming a member of Sicko Nation. Prince Monito A is still here. He's a member. Sam is still here. He's a member. What other members are still in here that didn't go to sleep yet? That might be it, man. Everybody else was like, fuck this, we're out. RJ was in here. I think he pieced. I'm surprised he even watched the rest of the game. Cameo W was in here. He's a member. Shout out to everybody. We got members only video. 1 video a week, maybe 2. You never know. 1 video or 2 videos a week that are going to be members only. That I just want to give you guys some exclusive content, and we're going to do a live stream, a members only live stream, once a week, probably on Sunday nights. We're going to do that, and that's just going to be a live stream, and we're going to cover all the topics that you guys came up with. That's why I made the members only channel in the Discord, because I want to be able to go in there and ask you guys what topics you want to talk about, what specific topics, trade scenarios, whatever, opinions you have, anything. And then we can do the live stream, and it'll just be on StreamYard. There'll be a link. You can click the link, and everybody can pop up on the screen. You can mic up. You can come up with a camera. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can just chill in the chat and hang out. But it's going to be like a group chat type of vibe, real laid back group chat type of vibe. On probably Sunday nights, members only. And I just think that'll give you guys some exclusive stuff to look forward to for becoming a member. So thanks for being a member. Anybody who's not, it's a little tiny $5 a month. Helps me take this shit to the next level and gives you some extra content. So thank you guys for joining Sicko Nation. Thank you for tuning in to every one of these insane, ridiculous post-game lives. Mario, brother, you ain't even beating the Pacers with Embiid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Thanks for telling us that. Stupid comment. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next